If you haven't fallen asleep yet, and well, probably leaves my mom. Hey, Mom. Welcome to Tighty Whities Behind the Scenes Part 2. Allow me to start by extending a couple enormous thank yous. First, Uncle Steve, thanks for letting us use and rearrange your living room. And an enormous thank you to Dave Neuger and everyone down at Neuger Communications for allowing us to use your gorgeous new office. And don't think we didn't try and osmosis some of your creative mojo while we were down there. Next, we've got one more preparation stage. Take it away, me. The next step to move on to is storyboarding, and since neither one of us can draw worth anything, we had to get a little bit more creative. So what we did is, I'm sure this isn't really that innovative, but we thought it was. Since everything we've read in books and online, we've always seen people talk about the old school storyboarding, the drawings. But what we thought is, gosh, we're doing digital. It doesn't cost us anything to use film or whatever, so why wouldn't we just film little versions of the commercial just to get the timing down and get the shots that we want, that sort of thing. So just basically practice it a few times and get a little bit closer to the actual thing each time. So like I said, since we haven't seen this anywhere, I'm going to say we invented it. So until I'm corrected, we're going to go ahead and call this the Mosquito Moose method of storyboarding. So using the Mosquito Moose method, which you've been watching for the last 30 seconds or so here, perfect timing. There's Miss Cone, our stand-in. Anyway, it started out very primitive where we just took a camera out in the hallways here and walked and talked and basically got the timing down, and that was it. And then it progressed to include the locations that we picked out, and then it progressed even further to include the lighting and dolly shots once we had those built. And believe it or not, the first shot, we were right around 30 to 35 seconds, something like that. And since this commercial had to be 30 seconds on the nose, we were thrilled that it was close, because in our last project, the I'm a Transformer project, we had that problem where we storyboarded and actually ended up shooting so much more than we actually had time to show that we were thrilled this worked out a little bit better timing-wise right off the bat.
With all the various things, the president's staff, in the White House military office, in the U.S. Secret Service.
Unfortunately, we don't have many outtakes or behind-the-scenes footage for the main office scene. With 17 people involved, either on or behind camera, it was by far the most complicated scene we've attempted so far. With all those hands on deck, we didn't have anyone left over to take extra footage for us. So instead, please allow me to take a minute to thank everyone involved in filming. We cannot thank you all enough. I wish I had more time to talk about each and every one of you, but I have to keep it quick. So here we go. I think everybody's seen plenty of me, so let's move on quickly. This office scene, we wanted it to look empty, make it look like he was going to get away with it, and then boom, it's chaotic, it's confusing, he's disoriented. And all four of these actors were meant to enter the screen at the exact same time, and with very little experience, they were money. Of the 12 takes that we did, at least 5 of them, they were not only at the same time, but pretty much on the same frame, so it gave us plenty of takes to choose from. Moving on quickly, this is Elton. Elton's a friend of mine. He's my college roommate Alex's brother. This is Pau. Pau is my friend and coworker. This is our Aunt Debbie. This is Christine's arm. This is my friend Alex's wife. Christine and I went to college together. That arm was the only thing we could talk her into letting us use. This is Ben's friend and coworker Chris. This is Ben's friend from the bus stop, Dina. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. This is our Aunt Ruthie. She was the first one that we offered a part to. This is Ben's friend from the bus stop, Arjun. This is Ben's realtor and friend, Michael. This is my friend, Alex. And this is Ben's realtor's cousin, James. James has such great facial expressions, but we made a little bit of an error in judgment when we choreographed this, in that we cut the scene sooner than we had everyone get to their mark. So everybody was again, for not having any experience, everybody was incredibly well timed. They did a tremendous job. It was actually Ben and I's fault that we didn't have them get to their marks a little bit sooner, so we could have seen some of James's facial expressions here with the coffee mug. This is the spot where we took out Adam's hand. I'll show you how we did that a little bit later. And this is Adam here. He's helping clean up in this shot, but he served during the shoot as the chip thrower and vacuumer in between takes. And he did a tremendous job. Adam is our cousin. This is our cousin Connor. This is his second time helping us. He helped us behind the scenes in the Transformer video as well. He was our sound man. So this is the first time that we had dialogue, and so we rented the mic that you see here from the guys down at Cinequip. Everybody knows Ben. We both auditioned for our parts. We didn't want to hand it to ourselves if we couldn't cut it, and I'll tell you what, it's all about the posture here for Ben. I love it. This is our Uncle Bill. We had never really seen him get angry before. He didn't quite bring it in the audition, but he looked the part so well that we thought we could coach him through it. And boy, he didn't need any coaching. Right from the first take, he brought the thunder. It was amazing, unreal. Somebody get him a paid acting job. And last, we have Katie here. Katie and I met at a Justin Dow concert and got her to audition. She sent in. She's actually the only one not to audition in person, but we had a pretty good idea that she could pull off those subtle facial expressions, and she did a great job. We also like the idea of contrasting this elegant-looking woman with the sloppiness of the role. As we were editing the commercial, this was the last frame that would appear, and it would freeze on this frame, and we would crack up every time we got to the end of the commercial because of that face she's making right there. The elevator scene was filmed in downtown Minneapolis. As we hauled our beloved plant through the Skyway to find a suitable elevator, we had to fend off a barrage of dirty looks from those who naturally assumed we were stealing it. In the end, we didn't even use it, which I'll show you later, but one of the most asked questions about the entire commercial has been this: how did you film in your underwear in a busy downtown Skyway? Here's your answer. That's funny.
Try it again with your shoulder back.
Too fast.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Where is it?
Good?
I think so.
We finished editing with enough time to trial and error some effects. We struggled the most with color correction, but figured it out right at the buzzer. As the takes wore on, Adam grew a little bit more aggressive, we'll say, with some of his Doritos tosses. And not only did I start getting pelted a little harder, but his arm started finding its way into the edge of the frame. What we had to do to combat that, and combating it allowed us to use our favorite of the office takes, is we had to find a still image of the office where everything was exactly the same as that take except for his arm passing through the edge of the frame. We then had to layer that behind the take where his arm was passing through, and then take and cut around his hand at every single frame along the way, allowing the front layer to shine through to that back still image, eliminating his hand. Kind of impressive that a couple of knuckleheads can figure out how to do that. We impressed ourselves with that one. Thank you very much, YouTube and Google. What was even more impressive to ourselves was the elevator shot, and that we were able to make it look like part of the Nuger Communications office. Here is before, during, and after the transformation. One more thank you that I forgot earlier. Thanks to our cousin Becca for helping with the storyboarding. Thanks everyone else for watching. We will see you next time, and please enjoy these final outtakes.
Cameras rolling.
Ready?
And action.
Cameras rolling.
Serious faces. Action. Looks like your promotion's mine now.
Roll camera. Action.
Looks like your promotion's mine now.
I was a little late.
Roll camera.
I'm looking for you. I'm not close enough.
It's alright.
Johnson, you're fired. I hit my knee on the desk. Keep right.
I heard a thump.